The irony of painting some characters from a group called the Winter Guard in the middle of a broiling summer is not lost on me. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blastercaded Painting. Today we're going to be painting the Crimson Dynamo and Captain Russia. Red Guardian from Marvel Crisis Protocol by Atomic Mass Games. Let's do it. So first thing I did was give these guys a spray of white all over, and then I took some Mayhem Red here. And this is just going all over Red Guardian's bodysuit. We're staying away from his gloves and his fin on his head and his boots and stuff. So anywhere where his costume is red, and I obviously looked at the box art and some reference photos. Next, we're taking some Hastur purple here. This is going all over Crimson Dynamo. I wish I hadn't used this color. Plain and simple. It's patchy and not good. I don't know why I keep grabbing some of my Scale 75 colors. Some of them are fine and the rest of them aren't. So I think I should just throw that Hastur purple out because it just made things patchy. It's not an even coat, and I even tried to do two, and it's just not good. It's not a good paint. Sorry, Scale 75. You've got some good products, but some of them are just not good. So in an attempt to fix that, we're going to take some deep red here, and we're going to start dry brushing over that color, and we're going to do our best to fix it because I should have just stopped and I didn't. I just kept going with it, and that's my fault, but the paint is not good. So next we're going to take some Amaranth Red and we're going to do a dry brush of that over the deep red. And this sort of starts to fix our problems with that undercolor that we used, and just, yeah, it's disappointing, but that's part of miniature painting. You make mistakes or you use a color you shouldn't use, and now we just got to fix it. So perseverance. Next, we're going to take some red tone and we're going to use this in the recesses. We're not going to put it over the entire miniature. We're going to go in and actually apply this to each area that we want it, just to sort of shade down some areas, make some areas a little darker, and yeah, just go through with your brush and just add those like panel lining. Now we're going to take some orange fire here, and we're going to put this sort of as an edge highlight, not on every edge. We're just going to bring out some of those lines, because again, we're fixing that base coat, basically just picking the wrong color and using the wrong brand. So we're just adding in some edge highlights. Then we're going to take some heavy metal from Scale 75, but their metals are really good, and we're going to add some chipping onto those edge highlights that we just did. We're just going to go through and yeah, just basically weather up those edges really nicely. We're going to take some Festive Red. This is actually paint my wife got me at the dollar store. And now we're going to go through and dry brush that on. And that's going to bring our sort of metallic red color back up. Still going to have some chipping, still going to have some weathering, but it's going to definitely smooth everything out for us. And we're going to grab some Sun Yellow here. And we're going to just dry brush around the star symbol that he has, because that lights up. So we're going to just basically do some OSL with dry brushing. And we'll move over to our yellow next, and we're going to go in and do that star just in the bright yellow. So this is sort of an easy way to maybe do a lighting effect. It doesn't look the best. Definitely would look better with using the airbrush, but it's still just a fun, easy way to do it. And we're also going to use this on his eyes. And we're going to go back to that heavy metal. I should have done this before, but I didn't, and I forgot. And we're just going to fill in all the legs and arm bits that aren't red. So basically kind of like the undersuit of the armor. And we're going to take some Lilith Yellow here, and we're going to add that as just a sort of an edge, highest point highlight on that star. Now we're going to take some Stonewall Gray. We're jumping over to Red Guardian here, and that's going all over his belt, his boots, his gloves, and his fin on the top of his head. And we're going to grab a little bit of yellow, and we're just going to add some more dry brushing onto that star. I just wasn't really looking the way I wanted it to, so we're just going around and catching some of the areas around it. Then we're going to take some ivory, fix that star again, and go in and do our highlight there of that star. Now I think I've decided I'm done with this. Hopefully we won't be coming back to it again. Now we're going to take our deep red, hop back over to Red Guardian here, and we're going to start layering up all of his bodysuit. So all that red, we're just bringing up all the colors here and leaving the dark in the recesses and hitting those raised areas. This deep red covers really well, but also I don't know what it is, the formula of the paint or how, but it mixes really well with the undercolor and makes it much more of a subtle transition. And we're going to add some Amaranth Red into our deep red, and we're going to do another layer up on all that red, and this ends up really bringing up the colors, really making it look nice. Yeah, the AK Interactive Reds are really good colors. I would definitely suggest them to anyone that wants to play around with red. And we're going to take our Stonewall Gray, and we're going to put that into the star. Now, I waited to do this after because I really didn't want to have to repaint it again, and I felt that it was going to be easier to add it after I was done all the red. We take our elf skin tone, and this is just going on the lower part of his face here where you can see his skin. Next, we're taking some ivory, and this is just going to go as a highlight up on all of that Stonewall Gray we did on his boots, his gloves, his belt, all that. So we're doing sort of like a thick edge highlight. We're just hitting all our raised areas, leaving the Stonewall Gray in the recesses. And yeah, we're bringing up that color to basically, we're going to get it to a pure white by using white next. But yeah, the ivory over the Stonewall Gray looks really nice. And we also want to make sure we're putting this on the star on his chest as well. Next, we're taking some bold titanium white, and now we're going to go through and do more of an edge highlight and just hit all the raised areas of that ivory we just did, leaving the Stonewall Gray in the recesses, and this really brings it up to a pure white, but it doesn't jump from dark mid-gray to pure white. It's a nice transition. Next, we're going to take some black metal here, and I'm just going to put this all over his shield, except for obviously the star on the front and the straps on the back. So this is just going all over there. I did have to do 2 thinner coats of this. And we're going to take our pale flesh here, and we're just going to go over that elf skin tone and just bring up all the layers of his face. And once that's done, then the skin is done. We're taking some burnt red, and that's going on the star on his shield, and nice color there. And then we're going to take some brown Dubai, and it's going on these straps behind his shield, and once that's done, this guy is finished. And here they are all finished up. I should have added a shade of like Gravelord Gray to the metal parts underneath. I'll probably do that, but this looks fine. He was frustrating because of that undercoat, but whatever, we got there. And here is Red Guardian. I am way more happy with how he turned out compared to Crimson Dynamo. I really just thought we'd do all the reds together, and I just did it wrong, but really happy with how he looks. Now, I know these miniatures have been out for a while, but I ended up picking these up super cheap from Adepticon, and I don't know, they're really cool sculpts, all 4 of them from the Winter Guard. I don't really know anything about the Winter Guard, but they're definitely cool miniatures, and I wanted to paint something that I didn't have, like, a character connection to, because a lot of the characters that I really want to paint, it's because I know them. But it's nice to paint something that you don't know and still kind of try to follow a color guide and all that, like reference photos and all that. It's kind of a nice little break from other things. Has anybody played with the Winter Guard? If you have, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know how they are on the tabletop, because I haven't used them at all. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And you guys have a great day.